more possible than ever to become a global influence. Every business must have heart. After being in business for 8 years now and mentoring so many different business owners make their success happen, the difference between those who really made it and those who floated off, stopped taking action, procrastinated, and postponed getting things done was having heart. Time and time again, so many of us want to go on a new endeavor, want to create a new thing, have more success in our life. And for a lot of us, it can be kind of like this pipe dream, kind of like this thing we can just say, and not something that actually lifts us up, that is compelling, that pulls us towards needing to make something happen, kind of like our life depends on it. And time again, I've seen this in why people don't succeed. The people who don't have heart in their business hear all the things that they need to do, have the entire checklist, and tell themselves they'll do that later, or tell themselves, oh, I'm just not good enough to get there, and don't actually schedule it in. Those who have heart, they know what needs to be done and will not let anything get in the way of stopping them from making that happen. Those who genuinely do not have heart in their business. I've noticed when they're getting into their business and then maybe a tough thing comes along, something in life happens that makes them fall to their knees, fall down. And in that moment, they don't just say, "Hey, is this it? Is this going to be my failure?" Instead, they actually use that as an excuse to justify and accept their failure. They let those falls, they let those failures push them down, and they do not get up from it. And those who do succeed in business, those who do strive to make it, these failures, these falls are a reason why their heart drums harder. Their heart beats out, "This will not stop me. I will show up no matter what it takes. If I've got to change the system up, I'll do it. If I've got to change the whole business niche, I'll do it. But no matter what, I'm going to keep pursuing this. I will keep moving forward. If I even need to take a pause, in my heart, I know I will move forward and do what it takes to make this happen." So tonight, I really want to unpack this and go deep into this because I think it's really, really important. I just got off a really awesome uh, Facebook Live with a remarkable man named Tom Cartwright, and he was talking about life beyond the mind and how we all need to get into our hearts because in our hearts we're either in harmony or harmonizing. And it was such a powerful conversation. And he's wonderfully agreed to have a conversation next week and come and have a chat with me here on the Global Influence podcast. Very remarkable man. I'm excited to see him and have a wonderful conversation. And it birthed the idea in me that in business, we've got to have heart with what we're doing. We've got to have such a big reason why we're here. That is the vehicle, that is the fuel source, that is the oomph that helps us get to where we're going. And if we have no heart in what we're doing, we will not show up. Even if that heart might be, we might not necessarily love the business idea that we have, but we're doing this for our family. That's the heart. Maybe we don't have a family, but what we're doing, we love so much, and we would do this to the day we die. We do this on a hard day, we do this on a great day. We're doing it. That's heart. And so I want to unpack that tonight and really go deep on it. I have some talking points over here. So businesses mastered strategy, systems, and scale, but many businesses are still starving for meaning. Heart is not the opposite of profit. Heart is what makes profit sustainable. That is so huge. And so the future belongs to businesses that can feel, that can make people feel, that people can feel, not just buy from. And how powerful is that? Because this isn't to say that we don't need the mind in our business. This isn't to say that, hey, strategy, systems, scale, structures isn't important. It bloody well is. And it's the map of the mind. And the passion, the emotion, the drive behind what we do is so, so important. And so many people get caught in all those systems and don't spend enough time connecting with why this matters to them truly in their hearts. So that's what we're here to talk about. And so heart is the difference between a brand and a commodity. Anyone can copy your offer, your pricing, your funnel. What cannot be copied is your intention, is your values, is how people feel after interacting with you. And that is so, so huge. Ask yourself right now, what is my intention in my business? What are the values of myself and my business, and how are those alike? And what is the feeling people are going to get when coming across your business, when experiencing your service? And notice what comes up for you. Throughout my journey in business, there's been times where I've been in the lows, and my heart's always been to wanting and and valuing success and valuing making this happen. And then I've noticed when I've kind of shifted from that, it's still been within my heart, but how I was behaving, how I was thinking around that has gotten a bit messy. And I've made poor decisions based on that. I've been looking for quick wins. I've been staying safe. I've been procrastinating, more caught in bullshit, my own stuff, than actually serving and doing what I'm here to do. And so I'm not being like, oh my God, I'm so perfect. The last 8 years I've been focusing on business and everything's been great the entire time. There's been times where I've drifted from my business. And to be honest, as I reflect, it's when I've drifted from my heart. I've drifted from what truly matters to me. My purpose has been in things that haven't been great. And those are stories for another time. But it's really important that without heart, businesses are just caught in competing on price, urgency, fear, and not enough about what we're truly creating. So with heart, businesses compete on trust, belonging, alignment. So what level of belonging does your business provide? Particularly, I've worked with a lot of coaches, and it's a big reason why we need to create a Facebook group. We need to create a group, a place where people can hang out, where the like-minded people are. And when we can do that, when we can create that sense of belonging, the connection, the change, the creativity that can come from those spaces is truly amazing. I remember when my group got to 350 members. And I've had that multiple times with different niches. I remember when I first cracked 250 members on a quitting smoking group. Watching how the group interacts with one another and how all these people are connected, their hearts, their minds, they're connected in this one place, and watching them contribute to one another is wonderful. It's like I didn't need to do all the work myself. That's when we connect with something that's truly powerful, truly meaningful, and impactful. The work just does itself. That's one of the most wonderful things I've noticed on my journey. When you can create that, the work, the load, the heaviness of the work that's going to be there no matter what. There's days where it becomes easier because the people who are around this, the people who love this, that value this, that it matters to them, they're going to contribute just as much as you can too. It's wonderful. So if your business disappeared tomorrow and no one felt anything, it was never a brand. Let that sink in. If your business disappeared tomorrow and no one felt anything, it was never a brand. Whoa, that's a powerful one. And so customers are no longer just buying solution, they're buying resonance. People want to relate and connect to what we're selling. And so people don't just ask, does this work? They ask, do I trust you? Do you see me? Do you actually care? And when you can answer those questions with yes, yes, and yes, that is very, very powerful. In an AI saturated world, logic is everywhere. Emotion is the differentiator. And so if you've noticed, like a lot of people like, oh no, AI is going to take over everything. Remember this, AI doesn't have a heartbeat. And that emotion, that connectivity is a huge difference. Like, for example, we just went and watched the brand new Avatar 3, Avatar Fire and Ash. I remember when I saw Avatar when I was 9 years old, that lifted up something within me that to this day I remember this purposeful, meaningful impact it had on me, even at such a young age. And rewatching them recently, getting ready to see the third one, seeing how much meaning is sewed into the story, what we're witnessing, and how this isn't just another cool movie. This is a movement. This is speaking about things that truly matter in an incredibly cinematic way. And so I was thinking about how a massive thing that the Na'vi, the native people in the Avatar series on Pandora, this different planet, if you haven't seen it, go see it. The thing that makes them so unique and so special is the depth of their connection and how spiritually, emotionally, they are all connected to themselves, those around them, and the environment that they're in. And seeing that as the one of the most valuable things, rather than big skyrise buildings, boats, cars, cool fucking things, lots of money. The most powerful motivating thing in their world is the connection they have with themselves, their planet, their environment. It just makes me think like, damn, have we lost that as people? And particularly as business owners, how we can just want to stack up and want to that classic ambitious drive. We can lose that. It's why there's so many people that I remember there's been so many rich people, so many people who have made billions of dollars and they're unhappy. They're truly unhappy. Why is that? It's because they haven't been focusing on deepening the connection they have in their life. They've been focused on deepening their pockets or building outstanding businesses and maybe didn't connect enough with their family, connect enough with their sons, their daughters, their wives, their husbands. And so the actual thing that's the most powerfully going to give them meaning in life isn't there. They just have a bunch of cars. They don't have a bunch of friends who want to be around them and want to connect with them. That's outside just of their money. It's about who they are, wanting to truly connect with them. So that emotion, that's the differentiator. And when you can harness that, when you can bring it out, you can feel it, have it within your business. Notice what that does for yourself, your clients, your teams. It's huge. It's why it's so important to connect with those who are either buying your service or those who are in your team deeply and truly. Something I want to know about my team members, for example, the people that work in my company. I want to know what truly matters to them in life. I want to know where they're going because I can understand a concept that's called beyond the job. They're not just here because they're like, hey, yeah, my dream's to work at this company. And it might be, depending on your company. They might want to work on that. But who is that working at this company? What is that ultimately going to give them in life? Who are they going to become? What level of access is that going to give them? And being insatiably curious about what that is, getting to genuinely know them, that is tapping into their heart. And when they're showing up at work and they have that validated, they have that knowing that that part of them is valued, Just watch how much more they want to show up. They want to bring their all. Because they're not only just contributing to this company, they're contributing to themselves, they're contributing to their journey, the things that truly matter to them. And when that is valued and reciprocated, it is huge. And so that's where you've also got to share your heart too. It's so important to me when connecting with my team members. They understand who I am and what I want to create in life. I'm not just some guy that tells them what to do. I truly care about what we're here to do. So we've got to bring our heart. Heart creates loyalty, word of mouth, and long-term relationships. I think that really stacks on what I just said. And so next, heart is a strategic advantage, not a soft skill. I don't like the language that's put there. It's funny though, but it can be a strategic advantage, and it's not a soft skill because you've got to genuinely be in it. You've got to be committed to it. Heart shows up as clear ethics. I love that. You're clear on your values. You're clear on what matters. You want to be ethical and ecological. It matters. It means you're honest in your marketing. You're not just selling people things that they truly can't experience. You're being open and honest. Like a big thing for us is there's two parts about our marketing. Firstly, something I really love that has heart space is we're going to do whatever it takes to help you get to where you're going in our global influence agency. And in that, it means if like we will need to pause if you need some time. We will deliver the results that's required. So like we'll do all the things that we said we're going to do. We'll build the different websites, we'll build the different funnels, and we'll support you have all your digital assets. But also at the same time, we can't just promise results like, hey, you're going to make it. You're going to be successful because it's ultimately on them as well. Because some people, they get the wheel, they still won't spin it. They've got the gear system, but they won't turn the cogs to help it function. So what are we here to do? Like we can't just spin the wheels for you, or else we'll just consume that business and it'll become our business. So you've got to drive your own bus. You've got to steer your own boat. It's really, really important. I can't just be like, yeah, now, I've made things that are like how to make $100,000 business. And from coming here, you're going to learn the frameworks of how you can have $100,000 business. I'm not saying, hey, in this 4 hours, you're going to make 100 grand. You could. There's a special way you could, but likely the actual thing that's going to happen is you're going to learn the frameworks on how to get there. And I'm not promising you that today you're going to make it up. So we've got to have honest marketing. And heart shows up as long-term thinking. I love that because successful people make decisions quickly but change their minds slowly. And so considering things over a long period of time, not just in an instance, is really, really important, particularly in business. That's why so many people need to be really clear about the niche that they pick. Because so many people in their business, they can change niche time and time and time again when you can truly focus and really go into your heart and know what you want to do above all else, and you know that the market will really want to engage with this forever, when you can create an infinite game, like Simon Sinek says, something that for eternity is going to matter, that is truly powerful and really, really matters. And then in the long-term thinking as well is being okay with being adaptable, changing as things come along. For such a long time, I was a life coach, and now I'm through the beauty of AI and different systems and softwares. I'm just helping more and more people become life coaches and become online entrepreneurs and building their digital assets. And it's so awesome. I love to be part of that journey. At the core of me is helping people's dreams come true, helping more meaningful expressions of people expand. And I love it. That's what I want to be part of. But in the beginning, it was just me being a consultant. Now I'm helping actually build the different components. And I love it. I love being able to access both worlds because I'm still coaching people, I'm still mentoring people. And now I have a team of people that can help bring your dream into fruition. It's awesome. So we've also got to be ready to be able to adapt and to provide things that for the longest time are going to support people, like eating food. I don't know when we'll stop eating food, but I hope and trust it's a long way away because I love a steak. Oh my God. It's why I became a chef when I first got into the working industry. So heart shows up also as how you treat people when no one's watching. That matters so much. Be real. I like what I've noticed about particularly my mentoring journey and being with people, the more I can authentically show up as myself. When I first started getting into consulting, I was being this character. I was being this character. I was being consultant Harry. I wasn't being real Harry. And even now, I'm presenter Harry, in another way, but I'm bringing as much as me as I can because I want to show my heart. I also want you to connect with me, who I am. And if that resonates, I trust we'll connect more and more and more. And so how we've got to show up when we're doing things is it's like I remember I was told it was put this to me once. How we do the little things is how we do the big things. It's how we do one thing is how we do everything. And that's so, so important. Behind closed doors, if you're a dick and then when people are watching, you're just trying to be some nice guy. What the fuck are you doing? Be real. And if you're being a dick, maybe grow up a bit. Businesses without heart burn. They burn their staff, they burn their clients, they burn their reputation. And that matters so much. I remember when I was working for a company and the things have changed there now, and I'm really glad for the changes. But they had leaders there that truly didn't care about their staff. They didn't care about their clients, and their reputation was burning the fuck up. And it shows that in life, things can change for the better, and honestly, things can change not for the better. Things can get tough. And so the leaders in this place were being really, really tough. But I knew what the business was built on. I knew the heart of the business, and that's what I strive to be every damn day. And I became wildly successful in that company. And I noticed my biggest feedback was how real I was and the heart that I brought. And I noticed the number one feedback for the leaders was that they've lost their heart in this. They've lost their passion. And so the way they were showing up was burning, literally being described as fire. And all the staff were scared to see them. All the clients were, whenever they'd meet with them, were ended up being confused and their reputation was tarnished. Thankfully, I've gone back there now. They are doing a lot better. The business owners have changed and the heart is back. And particularly the business owner who was being quite burny, being quite flamey, now that they're changed and they're focused on the things that truly matter for them and they're less involved in certain things, they're showing up with so much more heart and purpose. And that's wonderful to see. So businesses with heart can build culture, advocacy, and lifetime customers. And that's like the biggest goal as business owners, right? Lifetime customers, people that truly love our service, that for the rest of their life, they're going to be involved with us. Like Hannah and I, we're obsessed with this Vietnamese food here in Bali. By the way, weird tangent, but you need to know. Went to Vietnam recently. Didn't have the best pho. But here in Bali, at Mama Han's Vietnamese bistro, they have the best pho in the world. And yeah, I may be biased, but I think it's completely true. If you haven't, come to Bali and have Vietnamese food. Only at Mama Han, though. She's the only person you can visit. So Vietnamese bistro, Mama Han. Not a plug, but totally plugged. She's the best. Power. So here's a really powerful line. Heart isn't weak, short-term thinking is huge. If you've ever noticed, like, one of the most dangerous things that we can get into is, oh, what is it? It starts with E. Oh, it's when we're really in short-term thinking. It's where we're caught by every stimulus around us. What is it? Oh, we're like, oh, there we go. It's not E at all. It's short-term gratification. If you're caught in short-term gratification and not getting fulfilled by things that really like may take time, to make happen, and you're just constantly looking for the quick wins, or some messy situations can come up from that. I think smoking can come from that. Drugs come from that. Alcohol, that fulfillment comes from that. Or pornography and masturbation addiction. Lots of addiction, if not all of addiction, can be just constantly seeking that. And there's such a deeper layer too. I'm not just being like, you're addicted to something because you want short-term gratification. Yes, that is true. And I want to appreciate there's such a deeper exploration of that too. The reasons why we're doing what we're doing. So when we get into the heart, we're going to go for the depth, not just those quick wins. It's important to know. So heart creates safety and safety creates growth. That is huge. People grow when they feel safe, seen, and respected. And isn't that so true? Like if we look at it from like a plant-like perspective, when we plant ourselves somewhere, we wouldn't plant ourselves somewhere we don't feel safe. We don't feel secure. Like this is the place to be. We just don't do that. And so we need to feel that level of safety, that level of where we're seen and truly respected. And that's what we've got to give to our clients. So I've got to have so many different systems and so many different things set up that we can take care of our clients' needs. Depending on the business, obviously, is the level of how much we need to take care of that. But like at the very least, all of us need some kind of customer service. Holy shit. We don't have that. We can't connect with, if the clients can't connect with you and talk to you about what's going on in their experience of our service, we're not caring enough. So clients buy again when they feel understood and valued beyond the transaction. Oh, that is a powerful frame. If you can commit to anything as a business owner, it's helping your client feel, or not even helping, ensuring your client feels valued beyond the transaction. Write that down or tattoo it in your brain, or better yet, tattoo it on your heart. Ensure your client feels valued beyond the transaction. I'm literally going to make that as a Facebook post right now. I love that. And I'll show you. Ensure your clients feel valued beyond the transaction. Boom, boom, Facebook post. Posted. That's huge. I love that. Oh, I love that line. Because what does that create? What does that create? It creates, I care about you. It creates a relationship. And that's what we want to create from our businesses. Our services, the transactions is all in trusting that this is creating a relationship with those that we interact with. It's not just another number, it's a person, it's a heartbeat, it's a being that we are lucky enough to be able to do business with. So teams perform better when they feel. I've already covered this. Great, go me. I'm ahead of the game. So heart is what keeps you aligned when things get hard. I've already touched on this a bit, but let's go deeper. Every business hits pressure, plateaus, and failure. And without heart, leaders default to cutting corners, blaming others, and short-term wins. With heart, leaders ask, what's the right thing here? What would we be proud of in the next 5 years? Heart becomes our internal compass. And so when the times gets tough, we need to remind ourselves of why we got into this business. What was our intention? What are the things we truly care about? What are our values? Let them drive us and guide us in these moments of darkness. Because if you've ever been in a tough situation, particularly with working in a business, and this doesn't need to be like, oh my God, a a CEO in a company. It could just be like, hey, you're having a tough day at Macca's and you're working as a line cook or you're working as a person who just takes orders. Shit can get chaotic. And reminding yourself of what truly matters here in this moment to find your way forward is so important, or you're just an addition to the chaos. And so, like, I did work in Macca's when I was 16, 17, and I remember them telling me the most important thing is a smile on every seat. That was their big thing. And I loved that. I thought that was really, really sweet, particularly the 16, 17-year-old me. And Macca's at the time did bring me a big smile. And unfortunately, now it just brings me a big stomach ache. But I remember that, and I was working one day, and things were crazy. Things were just absolutely chaotic. And that message reminded me of why we're doing what we're doing. Customers were being angry at us, they were just getting shitty. And sometimes I'd default like other people would and just be like, oh, these guys are assholes. But truly, we're there to serve these people, we're there to help them. I remember being acknowledged by a leader because in that moment I stood up and I got everything organized. There was somebody who shouldn't be on the orders, so I stepped in. I started telling the back team what we needed and what we needed right now, and we got through that tough moment. I remember if I didn't think these customers who were yelling at us, screaming at us, some of them mattered, that I needed to help make them smile. I just would have not cared. I could have just kept doing I think I was just doing fry section, not caring, just doing what needed to happen. And instead, I showed up and I helped the team push that out. Go 16-year-old, 17-year-old me. And like, we can all have our opinions on McDonald's. And I certainly will say, like, they're not providing good food for people. Most of their food's terrible for you. And their business system, you've got to admire it. You've got to appreciate it. So when I was in there, that message of a smile on every seat, it certainly helped us get through that moment and do what we were there to do. So heart becomes our internal compass. So profit without heart eventually costs you more. That's huge. You can grow fast without heart, but you will pay for it later through burnout, misaligned clients, and constant damage control. Heart doesn't slow growth, heart cleans growth. So a big example of this is like what we talked about earlier with I trust you've heard this before. It's like people just going out there, creating $1 billion business and being so sad, not fulfilled in life. Because what did they forget? They forgot the relationships around them. They forgot about the people who truly mattered to them most. And they're sitting there lonely in their mansions, not happy. Why? Because this journey ultimately wasn't about making the $1 billion business. It was about the life that you get to live, the people you get to connect with, and the relationships that you create. And those who forget about that the most feel the most pain because their heart's not in it. Heart doesn't make business slower, it makes it cleaner, makes it more connectable. The future of influence is integrity. I like this. This is beautiful. Very important here at the Global Influence. Influence is not reach. Influence is impact, consistency, and who you are when the camera is off. And so people follow leaders who stand for something, who are emotionally grounded, and don't sell their values for a quick win. Global influence requires emotional intelligence, moral clarity, and human connection. So I love that so much. I remember when I first did my first sales training ever. Remember for such a long time, and I trust you've experienced this, there can be this kind of negative energy around sales. I remember my dad specifically, sorry if you're listening to this, Dad, I'm calling you out now. Your his connection with salespeople, it was like had no zero time for them. They were just trying to sell you something. Oh, this guy's just trying to sell me something. And there was like an evil kind of thing around that. And now I know some people can be manipulative. Some people can sell actual like scams, which is terrible. And those people suck. There's dicks no matter where you go. And there are some people that are truly putting themselves out there, offering something that can be valuable, that you may like and love, that we've got to give the time and space for. And when you're selling something that's truly important, truly has heart, and can make a difference in people's lives, like these people exist, they're out there. And it's why we've got to give more time and space to them. And so sales, influence, like the power to influence something to make somebody to make a buying decision, I've found the greatest way to do that is genuine care and genuine discernment, whether this is something that this person wants, needs, and would be valuable to them, and knowing if it's not, and even recommending that, hey, this isn't for you. I remember there was a moment when I was purely a life coach, and some guy came to me, and there was problems that were way too heavy for me that I was not ready for. And I said, hey, I don't think this service is for you. I think finding a psychologist, finding like a real expert, even a psychiatrist, is better in this moment. And he said, like, he had the money, he wanted to pay me. And I said, I don't think this is the right match. This is not the right fit. And at the time, like, I could have definitely needed that money. Like, that would have been great. But my integrity, my heart said, no, this I can't do this. And so it's very important to make those decisions. And that's where influence can become non-integral, where just because you made needed the money, you made the wrong decision. And that's what we've got to look out for within ourselves and within others. I'm going to end it off with this. Strategy builds the engine, systems build the road, heart decides the destination. And the businesses that will last are not the loudest. They're the ones with people that have the most amount of trust to walk forward with. So scale your systems, sharpen your strategy, but never outsource your heart. This has been a wonderful episode of The Global Influence. I'm trusting you're taking value from tonight. I've had a lot of fun delivering this. And if you're asking yourself one question, I'm going to go back to this one amazing question. If your business can do anything, what would it take to ensure that your customers, your clients feel valued beyond the transaction? Answer that and feel your heart in the answer. All right. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I'll see you guys in the next episode of The Global Influence. Bye. Every business